All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Binary Sunset Podcast, episode 22. So we're now well into our adulthood.
22.
Like last week, I'm also just gonna drink this week too. I don't know. I don't think I've ever showed you this, but ever shown you this. But I got this like wine glass for Christmas. It says Jedi Master on it. So I'm drinking red wine.
Like a true Jedi
with
Master.
a Jedi Master wine glass. But it's stolen valor, so I'm just a Padawan. Anyway, so we are obviously covering the most recent Bad Batch episode. But before we actually started, I don't know if you saw the news today about there's like a JJ Abrams interview today.
Oh no, I.
No. Well, I kind of wanted to talk about it just like at the top of the show,
Sure.
Because I think it's noteworthy. But
Yeah.
the JJ Abrams had like an interview today about just like I think it was for like the 10th anniversary of Super 8. I don't know why that's like a holiday.
Everybody remembers Super 8.
Right. I think didn't we see that like in theaters when it came out together?
I think we did. Yeah.
As a group, yeah. But yeah, so it was like some dumb promotional thing. But the interviewer asked him a question about like the whole like the way that the sequel trilogy was executed in terms of like writing and directing, and like what he thought about the whole like passing the baton system of doing it, where like, you know, he did something and then he kind of just like let the next director do something and so on and so forth. But he basically asked him like, did you think that was do you think planning it out would have been a more viable option? And JJ kind of like just like skirted around the question for a while, but then eventually got to like basically saying like, yeah, I should have planned it out.
Yeah. Well,
which no shit, but yeah.
This is, oh man. I mean, you can plan it out, and I'm fine with. Yeah, I mean, it's good to plan it out. I just think like there was no. I think he could have just added upon what was done though in Last Jedi. Like, and I'm obviously in the minority here, but I truly believe if he knew how to finish something,
well, that would have been more.
He would have.
That would have been more of an effective conclusion. Yeah. But I mean, if we could go back in time and redo something, I would. Because JJ and I are personal friends, I would have called him up and asked him, hey, can you just plan this out first? Which I think he sort of did, but, you know, I think he had a lot of like pressure from corporate and was like, you know, like, no, you get this movie and then you gotta hand it off. But well, I mean, it is what it is.
Which is not good.
I don't know.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna be honest. Like things like this, just like they like undo like healed wounds on my body about this stuff.
It's stuff we already knew, though. You know, like.
Well, I mean, yes. I just. It just sucks when like I'm reminded about this stuff and how like disappointed I am about all of it.
Yeah,
doesn't feel good. But anyway, so I thought that was worth mentioning. But you know, let's go on to newer and better things.
The Bad Batch episode. The
Bad Batch
4, Cornered, right? I believe it's called.
I completely forgot what the episode was called. I was gonna ask you, but
yeah,
is it Cornered?
I believe so. Yes.
So yeah, first thoughts.
This one was a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun. I mean, you could technically say it was filler, but it was it was a lot of fun, just like all. I mean,
you could call anything filler, I guess.
Exactly, you could call it between the beginning, middle, and end. But anyway, yeah, this was really good. Let's recap it real quick. Basically, Bad Batch. They're being tracked. They find out their vehicle or their spaceship is being tracked, so they land on this planet that's very similar to Coruscant. And they dock at this place, and they pay off this this guy who's in charge of like the docking, so he doesn't check like their ID, so they can kind of sneak in and fix their ship so they won't be detectable by the new empire.
And he's a part of that guy's like one of Neonum's species.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't realize that right away, and then I like watched a recap for it, and I was like, oh, I guess so.
And then he goes, and he also he kind of plays both sides. He alerts a bounty hunter, and not just any bounty hunter, but we'll get to that later. Or I guess, I mean, you know it when they're what's their name again? I forgot their name.
Fennec Shand.
Fennec Shand, yeah.
From when we first see her in The Mandalorian, obviously.
Yes. That, so. She is the one right next to Boba Fett, with the metal organs. Reveals.
And I'm not really sure if she I don't know if she knows him yet at this point.
Yeah,
in the timeline, but
yeah, that's a good. We don't know, but yeah, there's that thing, and basically, Hunter, Omega, and was it Spec? I forgot. Was it? I should know their names by now.
Oh, Tech?
No, it wasn't Tech. It was
Crosshair?
No, it wasn't Crosshair.
No, Crosshair wasn't even in this.
The guy that pretended to be a robot. I forgot his name.
Though. Echo.
Echo, yes. He takes Echo, Hunter, and Omega, and they sell Echo to this like
a droid collector.
Droid collector, because he thinks he's a droid.
Because they need money. So
exactly, and what happens is they get the money, but while that happens, Omega runs off because she's chasing an alien that has a toy that she accidentally took from the store, and then she runs into the bounty hunter, and there's kind of like a small little shootout between. Sorry, can you say her name again? I forgot.
Fennec Shand.
Fennec Shand. All right, Fennec Shand and Hunter have a quick little duel, a gunfight, and then it's kind of just this chase. Well, Fennec Shand is chasing Omega through the streets, and all the Bad Batch kind of try to intervene and save Omega, because Omega is actually wanted by the Imperials now. And so there's this awesome car chase, a lot of fun. And
kind of like Attack of the Clones-esque.
Yes, very Attack of the Clones-esque. Yeah. When a bounty hunter sent to kill Padme. But anyway, I mean, most of the show is just the chase, I feel.
Yeah.
And then Spec breaks out and brings some droids with him, and Echo, yes. Echo breaks out and of the master, the person who bought him, and he brings some droids with him, and then they fix the ship, and the Bad Batch then get together and they drive off. It's pretty simple stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna be honest, like this episode was it was a little. You thought it was fun. I thought it was a little dull.
Interesting.
Because I just feel like everything that happened could have been like condensed into like the first 10 minutes. It just kind of felt like they stretched out all the action.
I think it's the shortest episode. It's like
it was like only 20 minutes, but still, like it just felt like, I don't know. It just felt like not a lot of stuff really happened.
It did, but like I just enjoyed them running around and seeing all these different aliens, and just this world. I mean, that was fun. The world building in it was a good time. So
yeah, I think that was like I think that planet was like Pantora or something.
Yeah,
but I think we've been there before in the Clone Wars at some point. But I recognized the aliens, but yeah, so we don't really know who she was like answering to. We don't know who hired her. I'm assuming that.
Who are you talking about?
Fennec Shand, the
Fennec.
bounty
Yeah.
hunter.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that she was hired by like the Kaminoans to get her back.
Yeah.
Either that or, I mean, who? I mean, I guess I don't know who else is really after her, because I feel like they're the only people that really know like her secrets and whatnot. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's some. I mean, I'm sure that she was hired to like scoop her up and bring her back so they could keep her around for more tests and whatever. And I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah. Who's I have a question for you. This will make it a little bit more interesting because I feel like we all the clones in this one besides Crosshair got a lot of good just like they're all by themselves and they're all like kind of operating by themselves. Besides Hunter and Omega, like out of the 4 that are on the ship, out of the 3, because there's only 3 besides Hunter and Omega. Who do you like out of Heavy? Or no, not Heavy. What's his?
Wrecker.
Wrecker. Who do you like over Wrecker? Spec, and
Tech.
Tech.
Or no, you're saying Wrecker,
Yeah.
Echo, and Tech.
Yes. Who do you like? Who's your favorite out of all of those?
Tech is fun. He's clever and witty and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think I might like Wrecker most.
Okay.
Because Echo's a pretty great character, but he's been kind of like on the sidelines recently, and not he hasn't really done very much aside from this episode, I guess, where he's pretending to be a droid. But I mean he hasn't. I'd like to see more with him. I'd like to see him more fleshed out.
Sure.
I feel like he just kind of joined. He just kind of joined the Bad Batch in the final season of the Clone Wars, and then that's kind of just it. And like he just accepts that. Like I want to see him struggle a little bit more with like his like where he finds himself now and that kind of stuff. And
Sure.
because he's gone through a lot of changes. I mean, he was rescued from the Separatists.
Yeah.
Rejoined his friends like Rex and whatnot, and then immediately joined this other crew, and then right after that, Order 66 happens. So he's not a part of that. Like, so now that crew is like on the run, and like now it's just like a lot of stuff's happening. And I feel like we need to like focus a little bit more on how he's taking that. But
I wonder if he'll have like as the story progresses, like stuff about him that we don't know about that's similar to Crosshair. Because like I mean, he's kind of like he was a normal clone, So
yeah, he was just a regular.
And all the regular clones, they had their chips activated. So yeah.
I'm wondering, I'm wondering if they're gonna do something later where it's like a delayed reaction for some chips. Because remember, like Wrecker was like complaining earlier about like having a headache a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And like I think they were either teasing that or like setting something up. I'm thinking maybe a couple of them might have like a delayed reaction, and like Wrecker might have it and Echo might have it, but I think his chip was like kind of fried when they like fucked his brain up. But I wonder if Omega has a chip.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see if she turns on them.
I'd like to see Tech do more stuff because, like, right now he's kind of annoying because he's just a know-it-all.
Yeah,
and he's just like kind of bossing people around and like, yeah, I'm super smart. I'd like him to like be out of his element and have to be put in a situation where he has to act on instinct rather than.
I totally agree.
Yeah, rather than.
That's a good point.
Being just super smart all the time,
Well, yeah, because he's kind of always like, I'm with the ship on the computer hacking into this thing, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like, okay, well, what if you're not? What if you didn't have all that stuff easily accessible to you? How are you going to survive?
Exactly.
That's a good point. And like, how does your character deal with that? That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think I like him the most out of those 3, but just because I think there's a lot of potential for him, and not really because of anything he's done so far. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So like going forward, because we're officially like a quarter of the way through, because there's going to be 16 total. So there's a lot. There's a lot more coming. There's 12 whole more episodes. Who's a surprise guest that you are anticipating might show up?
It's gonna be Ray, obviously.
Oh yeah. No, that's the Mandalorian.
I don't know. Rumor has
People got
it.
mad on our Instagram posts. They're like fake. We're like, well,
it's a rumor.
It's not.
Rumor has it.
Yeah.
No, that's a good question. It's not. I mean, Teak would be cool. I think that's what I'll do. I'll make a meme about. Sorry, this is a side note. I'll make a meme about who should if one of the characters from Battle of Endor, the Ewoks, going back to and watch that, were to be in the Bad Batch, which one would you? Which one would you?
You know what I? Oh, you know what?
Why?
I didn't even think about this.
Yeah.
I'm making a bullshit theory.
Okay.
Omega.
Uh-huh.
Never aged, and she's the little girl from the Ewok Adventures.
She just changed her hair.
Yeah, she got curlier hair, but that's about it.
The more
and
you
she
know.
lost her accent.
Ewok Adventures.
They kind of look alike. I mean, I guess they're like blonde girls, but
Ewok Adventures had a very large impact on us. You know,
it really did. It had a huge impact on our memes.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Teak is so memeable. And I don't think people understood my meme with him from episode 2, where he's like, she's like, I think it's a good plan, Teak. But it's because of how she pronounced tech.
Yeah,
it sounds like Teak. I don't know. Maybe everybody understood that, and I just sound like an idiot right now.
If you know who Teak is, though, you're in the know though of Star Wars. So I mean, that's the cool club to be a part of.
I mean, Teak's a real G.
Yeah, Teak's a G
in the Star Wars universe. We have
Teak.
to. I keep forgetting. We really need to write the third movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be so much. Yeah, we gotta definitely.
That's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna require a lot of planning though. But back to like who I think might show up. I think right now, because it's like what a couple months after Order 66 now, or is it like this? Is it not even that far away? How long's it been since Order 66?
I don't even think it's
a couple weeks.
I mean, the first episode was there was a long time in between, you know. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say.
I'd like to see Darth Vader acclimating.
That would be cool.
To his like suit or something, where he like shows up, but he can't really do much because he hasn't like gotten into control of his suit yet or something. I don't know.
Maybe that'll be in the Obi-Wan series.
Well, that's already a decade after, so I think he's got. Oh man, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that series yesterday, and like I fell into like a rabbit hole of watching all those like fan made trailers.
There's so many.
I know there's so many. They all use the same footage too.
Yeah,
but I am so excited for that show.
It's gonna be amazing.
When's it coming out again? 22.
Yeah.
Ugh, we have so long. I want it now, especially because he's doing all these like press junkets now for it. I'm just like, it's too early. But anyway, so not much else, I guess, to talk about in that episode. But well, we're definitely gonna see Fennec Shand again. But anyway, so I mean, I've pretty much said everything I need to say about it.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram at Binary Sunset Podcast. We appreciate you all, and have a great week.
Bye.